Alright, what's going on, folks? Stormwolf here, and we have some very interesting news. And I say it's very interesting because it kind of deals with what this channel does. We cover a lot of Skyrim stuff, and we did do a little bit of Fallout 4. And something happened that I was not expecting, that I don't think anyone was expecting this morning. Apparently, Microsoft has bought out ZeniMax. And if those know who ZeniMax is the parent company of Bethesda. Of course, Bethesda makes Fallout 4. They published Wolfenstein, Doom, stuff like that. So people are wondering what's going to happen next. We'll kind of look at the news and the article and kind of read a little bit over it, and then we'll discuss, some possible theories of what's happening. Also, this is going to look a little bit different simply because I'm using something called a video broadcast. It's something that came out, I believe, a week ago, which kind of fakes a green screen. If you don't have a green screen, I did want to test it out in the video, and I figured, you know what, while I'm talking about this, I might as well test it out and see how it works. So let's go ahead and take a look at the article, and then we'll talk about some of the theories and what I think is happening with this whole buyout or whatever they want to call it. So let's go ahead and take a look. Right, so Microsoft purchased ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. That is no small amount, mind you. It's very, very big simply because we know that Microsoft has bought out other companies as well, such as Rare, the company that made Ninja Theory, that made Sinuous Sacrifice, which is actually a pretty decent game, and a whole bunch of other studios as well. So yeah, they purchased it $7.5 billion in cash, and of course these include like game developers like Bethesda Softworks, making out Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Doom, Rage, Wolfenstein, and then of course what is it called? Starbreaker or whatever the game is called? I can't remember what the game is called. Starfield. They helped publish Evil Within and Prey as well. So a lot of titles under Bethesda / ZeniMax. And it's a smart decision by Microsoft to buy out this company. And I'll have the links in the description for this and other articles that you can read and take a look at in more detailed information. But I have my theories as to why they bought this company. Here's a little bit more detailed information. Bethesda Softworks, Bethesda Game Studios, ID Software, ZeniMax Online Studios, Arcane, Machine Games, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse Studios. This is the entire development studios that ZeniMax holds, right? So Microsoft essentially owns each one of these studios now, which is a lot of studios, which means a lot of games are actually going over to Team Microsoft. And that's important to note, because one of the big complaints that, Microsoft and the Xbox One X series or Xbox Series X, I can't really remember the name of it. One of the biggest complaints is that, yeah, it's a powerful system, but there's not a lot of good first party or party games going to it. I think this is the step to help alleviate that. And what I mean by that is Microsoft is going more towards the Xbox Game Pass route, to where we're providing a service first, and then here's a console that you can play the service on if you don't have a PC. So what my thoughts is what's going to happen is that we'll speak with Elder Scrolls and Fallout because those are the more popular ones. Maybe Doom as well, because Doom has made quite a comeback, and Starfield. I believe what's going to happen is that soon we're going to see Skyrim Special Edition come to the Xbox Game Pass. I believe that's going to happen probably by the end of the year, probably around the time that the Xbox Series X launches. I believe we're going to see Skyrim come to Xbox Game Pass and their special Ultra Edition that's going to come out on the next generation consoles. We all know it's going to come out. You can expect that to probably be on the Game Pass. I believe I think all the Fallouts right now are already on the Xbox Game Pass, so you can already purchase those or play those through the Xbox Game Pass. I know Wolfenstein 2 and I think Wolfenstein 3 are on there, the newer versions of it are on there as well. I don't know if Doom is still on there. I believe Doom was at one point. Dishonored 2, I think, is on the Xbox Game Pass. So a lot of these games are already on the Xbox Game Pass prior to this purchase. So you can expect to see more games come out on the Xbox Game Pass. And you can bet that when Starfield does come out, it's probably either going to be a console timed exclusive, or it's going to be available at launch on the Xbox Game Pass. So people have more incentive to buy the Game Pass and keep the Game Pass for longer, because these big open world RPGs take, hundreds of hours to complete. And, it's easier just to buy a subscription, play the game on and off whenever you want and have that subscription, keep going on and on every month. Or if they have like a yearly package, you buy it for a year, you play the game throughout the year, etc., etc. Especially if this game has mod support, which is another thing too, which surprises me that this actually happened, is that Microsoft in their Xbox console has been more open to modding in terms of like Fallout 4 and the Elder Scrolls, more so than Sony and the PlayStation. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Sony and the PlayStation limits the amount of mods that you can do for both Fallout and Skyrim. They don't allow custom content, and what I mean by that is they don't allow custom textures, custom assets on the console. So mods are very limited on those consoles, to whereas the Xbox Series or the Xbox One, you have a lot more options in terms of mods and custom textures and assets and stuff like that. So some of the mods that are very popular both on PC and Xbox, you're not going to see those on PlayStation, and I think that's going to be a reoccurring trend here moving forward. But I think that is the main goal of this purchase, is that it is set to bring these games over, and any other future game that's coming out, probably going to see a new Doom come out sometime in 2021 or 2022. That's going to be an Xbox Game Pass / PC, console exclusive. Same thing with Starfield. Probably going to see that on the Game Pass. The next Elder Scrolls, probably going to see that on the Game Pass. Like, securing this company means that they can afford to have these games on the Game Pass. And that's great for them, because people can be like, oh, I can just pay for this one subscription on Microsoft's console and play all these games when they come out, versus dropping $60 here, $60 there, $60 there, $60 there, or $70, as the price of next gen games are going to be $70 now, and that's a whole nother topic entirely. But I think as a business standpoint, it's a fantastic decision, and it's a great smart buy, right? Like, you're taking big household names and you're connecting them to the Xbox brand, which is fantastic. That is great. You gotta applaud Microsoft for that. They know what they're doing in terms of buying certain companies. From a consumer standpoint, for me, because I own a PC, a very powerful PC, and I do have the Game Pass, because I do have an Xbox One X, and I do have the Game Pass. My situation doesn't change, right? I will be able to enjoy these games on the Game Pass, or I'll end up buying them outright for PC or on Steam anyway, if they do come to Steam. So this doesn't really affect me per se, but for those who only do console gaming, whether it's either PlayStation or Xbox, or they're having a hard time deciding which, series to get first, and you're a big RPG fan, especially if you're a big Fallout or Elder Scrolls fan, that Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S is looking pretty tempting now, because of this buyout. Like, it's like, oh wow, okay, well, these games are probably going over to this console. Maybe I should think about buying this console now. But that's just my thoughts on it. And again, great smart move on Microsoft's end. You can't hate it, right? You can't hate a smart business decision. I would say it's time to start looking into some PC gaming, and maybe start looking into getting the Xbox Series X, especially if you're a big fan of Fallout, Wolfenstein, Dune, Elder Scrolls, etc., etc. Because all these games behind me that you see, you can bet that they're going to appear on the Xbox Game Pass at some point. I guarantee it. That's probably the reason for this purchase, and it's a smart purchase. You'll probably see some console exclusivity. I think that's the word I'm looking for the Elder Scrolls Online. Probably get to play the DLC first on that console. It's kind of similar to how PlayStation had Call of Duty content for like a year, and then the rest of the PC and then rest of the PC and then Xbox got the content later. You're probably going to see a similar pattern here with some of the DLC stuff too, which is something I really didn't talk about too much, but you can expect to see some changes come out of these games in favor of Team Xbox, which, again, smart business decision, can't really hate on it. Consumer wise, it just depends on your stance and what you're planning on getting for the next generation consoles, or if you're a PC gamer. If you're a PC gamer, this doesn't really change. Purchase the Xbox Game Pass and you're set. If you're a strictly PlayStation or Xbox guy, now you got a decision to make, right? Or you can just get both and just deal with it like the smart consumer, get both, play both. But if you're only stuck to one for a while and you're a big Bethesda fan, now you got a choice. This also brings up one point, and I just now thought of this too. Hopefully with this purchase, Bethesda Softworks or Bethesda Game Studios they actually get enough people to stop releasing buggy games now. Like, hopefully we get enough of a testing staff to where these games don't come out as like buggy messes. But I guess that's kind of the charm of you know, Fallout and Elder Scrolls games as well too. So we'll see what happens. I'm personally looking forward to it. So excited to see what happens out of this purchase, what happens out of this merger. Again, smart move by Xbox. Gotta give them a round of applause. They did their thing. So we'll see what happens, and I'll catch you guys next time.